Hello, welcome back. Alright, so we're going to do 60 seconds Reatomized again. I'm trying to do the achievement hunts. I've gotten 32 achievements so far. Lately I've been trying to get the VIP, the black VIP one. It's pretty tricky, pretty hard. Managing the food is where I'm running into issues. Last episode, a lot of people died. I felt bad. Ted escaped, but not in the way we wanted. So, if you enjoy the content, like, subscribe, and before you leave, if because I know it's a smaller channel, leave a comment. Let me know how I can improve what you'd like to see, things that you would enjoy to see as content, you know, different games and stuff like that. Just some advice to kind of get me through it. I'd like to do this full time. I don't know how far I'll get, but regardless, I'm going to keep doing it, and, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Let's go ahead and get started with a new game. We're doing the full Atomized experience, and I enjoy playing with Ted. He's my dude. Let's begin the adventure. Now, the first thing we got to do, we're going to have to run through and store everything. We're aiming for people. We're aiming for food and water. We need as much as we can get. What's around me? All right, let's just go to the shelf, starting it off. Get everything we can. All right, run, run, run. Get the boy. Throw him in on our way. That's fine. All right, kitchen. Get all the soups. Get all the waters. We got more soups up here. All right, make it back. Come on, come on, come on. All right, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. There's nothing else in here. What am I doing? Go to this room. Get the wife. I see a flashlight, which could help us. Let's run through. I got a water. Okay, full inventory. Toss, toss, toss. We gotta move quick. Nothing in there. Okay, stuff here. Okay. Okay, we got bullets. We could get that gun. Let's see if we can go quick enough. We gotta get the daughter. Why are you in the corner? I want that gun because we got bullets, so. Alright, that's fine. I did not. I'll wait. I did not wait. Or I did not get as much food and water that I really wanted. Genuinely wanted more, but I think we've got a good starting point. Let's see what's pre-stocked. At least we got gun and bullets. Yeah, if we run into the hunter again, maybe we can get lucky. Alright, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Let's see what we can do now. No form of entertainment. At least we had an axe in here. All of us made it to the shelter for a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. Remember, we're here and canned soup is healthy for you. Alright, so we got an axe. We got plenty of water. Stocked with soup. Alright. Now, the goal is... Let's go ahead and get to day 2. The goal is to find the scruffy guy with the bag, get the cat in here, follow to his address, and then what was the next one? It was follow the wire, and then they'll come back and give me a quest of some kind. So we're gonna have to follow that. That's as far as we got last time. Fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for the harsh reality that awaits us. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble. Better things calm, nothing happening with Mary. Dolores is good. Timmy's doing good as well. Let's stock up for a trip because I'm hoping we get as much as we can for the shelter. We need a lot of food. Either 4 cans of soup or 4 bottles of water will get us where we need to be. We felt like something was staring at us from the corner of the shelter. We think it's a rat at least. It looked like a rat on a very good diet. We decided to do something about it. I don't want to waste the bullets. We'll use the axe and see what's going on. Didn't break the axe, so we're good on that. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Ted needs to drink. Drink. Water. Okay, water. Alright, so day 5 or 6, we could probably give them some water. Who do we send out first? I usually never send Ted out first. Let's just see what he does. See if he can help us out. Get us something good. He's got a lot of arms. He's got like 10 of them if I remember correctly. Haven't seen him in a while. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. They need water. You'll be fine till the 5th or 6th at the latest. Whoever designed the fallout shelter was a genius, but we can't really tell if that green stuff dripping from the pipe was an included feature. We should probably try to do something about it, or we ain't got nothing to do about it. So let's just experience what happens. I hope nobody gets sick. If day 5 we get the scruffy guy, I'm gonna be excited. I don't know if there's a day limit. Couldn't figure out, so we assumed that that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a bit funny today, though. Probably no connection to the pipe, none whatsoever. Mary Jane keeps fainting. Okay, let's go ahead and just give him some water. And approached by a man we didn't know. He claimed he used to be an accountant, but now he survives on trader and a gamble. He offered us a card game for a bet of... Dang, if we had the cards, that would be really good right now. I would love to get the 2 waters, but imagine we lost 2 waters, though. Worth it to me. It's worth the risk. We need a lot of stuff. Let's see. Gambling's a terrible habit. What kind of example would that be for the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. I mean, speak for yourself, Dolores. Wait, soon to rob somebody. We sent that man away. You know what? I'm going to see if you hold true to that. I'll make you rob somebody if I can. We've been hearing strange noises. I don't have any games this run, so you're just gonna have to make do. Tic-tac-toe on the wall or something. You're gonna have to do something. Dolores, you okay, girl? Dolores no longer talks to us. Earth to Dolores, can you hear us? Boredom can really get to you in the shelter. It can lead you to dark places. Trust us. Timmy's very hungry. She could use some food. She has not eaten for a while. Okay, so we can feed them on the 9th. Give it a couple days. Let them be a little hungry. Spiders seem operating under the assumption that they'll have the same rights to the shelter as we do. They're everywhere. Don't seem to be scared of us. It's time we change that. I don't have nothing. I'm actually short-handed for these events. Day 8, Ted came back. Ted's a little under the weather. We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever our body parts we could use for the lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe better luck next time. Ted's safe for return. The nearby docks house some fancy-looking boats. One of them managed to survive the tidal wave caused by the atomic blast. Well, kind of. It landed in our neighbor's house. It looked worth checking out. The captain's cabin was a mess, but we managed to dig through it and even found a fancy hat and a working radio. We weren't sure which one we should take. Tough choice, but we ultimately decided to take the radio. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street. We couldn't get a good look at it in the dark. Maybe the future expedition will be more fruitful. Mary Jane's hungry. We need to wait for the 9th. Water, food, water, food, water. Okay, so water can be the 11th, food can be the 9th. Ted should probably just get both now since he's going through some rough stuff. We'll send Timmy on this next adventure. There are only so many things we can do in a tiny bunker. We thought, hey, why not play some games? I mean, if you can, go for it. There's nothing I can do for you. Okay, what was it? Food on the 9th, I'm pretty sure. Food on the 9th, water on the 11th. Ted is hungry. He hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted is mighty tired and needs some more time for his strength. Let's go ahead and give Ted some food as well. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We need to find some... Okay, so we'll do food for everybody. Let's send Timmy out and see what we can do. I'm hoping he brings back, 50 waters. I don't want to be too optimistic, but 50 waters seems pretty fair given the trying times. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know when he'll come back. Ted's still hungry. Okay. More rest. Okay. Jane is fainting. Need to find some water. Let's get to the 11th and go from there. She's clearly giving into madness. Alright, so Dolores is going psycho. We were about to go to sleep when we heard scratching come from the door. At first, it sounded like an angry rat trying to eat the damn thing. We soon discovered it was something much worse. Someone is on the other side of the door trying to pry it open. Get the axe. Let's teach him what. Let's teach him what's what. Okay, so we gotta give everybody some water now. Dolores, what are you doing? Why are you so fragile? Last run as well. You are crazy. Oh my god. She's fine. She's sleeping and on a diet. She's fine. God. Oh my god. Vermin like that are a long crawl. They crawl out of the shadows all night. Let's keep our blade sharp. Mary Jane found out she's not getting a single drop of water and she's furious. Mary Jane, One day? You couldn't wait one freaking day. Okay. Oh, okay. Ted's still... Okay. Ted's thirsty and hungry. You know what? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is rough, man. Sure, play the radio. Well, I don't really want to because I don't want to get those spamming me. I want to get the VIP, you know. I don't know if I ever got the government. Let's take a peek. I'm gonna take a peek at my stuff and see. Maybe I'll take a still shot of that, like a snippet. I'll put it over the screen so you guys can see which like the names and what they are for the achievements, so you guys can look at it too. I'll probably do that while I was speaking, so you guys can be like, oh, okay, this is what he's looking at. That's this, yeah. We're not gonna do the radio. We're gonna stay from that because I don't need the government exit. I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. Pretty sure. If there's one thing that we need to do is the radio. No, thank you. Ted is sick and tired. Get you some rest then, brother. Get some sleep. We know very little about what's going on. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else has made it to safety. A radio could... Man, I guess. I don't think that one's the same as the other. Okay, we were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout aside is mostly gone. Yeah, it's the government one. Every single time the radio is just the government one. So we just need to stay clear of that. There's a lot of space down here. We can smell everything. When one of those brick walls got loose and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. Does the smell come from the hole? It's terrible. We should investigate. Yeah, let's investigate, man. You're sick. You're tired. Let's try to make it a clean area as well. Take a drink. Did we get anything good from that? Probably not. Dolores didn't get nothing. Okay, another can of food. Fearing something might come at us with claws or another mutated or sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Okay, Ted, wait a day for me, man. We're closed off in a tiny shelter and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people. You know what, man? Yes, Ted. Go rob them. Take everything they got. Take everything they've got. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. We went, got what we needed, and came back. We're sure the group will do just fine. Most probably, yeah, absolutely. Ted's stomach's rumbling. Let's give him something to drink and eat, and at least we got that little Boy Scout book, so we can repair things if we need to. Last thing we expected, shelter was a fallout trump. Hang on, let me read it right. I'm kidding. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting in a fallout shelter was a trumpet, played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player, and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merrymen in, so they would take from the rich and give to the poor. Should we let him in? You know what? I've been denying the merrymen every single time. I'm hoping he sees with no kids and a dead wife, he'll leave me be. Maybe help me out a little bit. Like, give me a kit. He's sick too. Ted's sick too. So maybe they'll be like, dang, this dude's sick and dying. Medkit. Holy crap. Holy crap, I got a medkit. I called it. So, we had those weird people over, and they were more than kind. They gave us the first med kit and spent a lovely afternoon together dancing and singing. Alright, Mr. Ted, you're sick. Let's make you not sick. Knock, knock. This sound always surprises and confuses us. It can mean anything, good or bad, but we're always curious. Should we open the door? Yeah, let's open it. We're having good luck so far. No. Oh. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seemed to give us some awful sickness. That cough was driving us crazy. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and safe and sound now. After a bit of scouting, we arrived at the city hall. Half of it was still standing. The other half turned out to be a gaping hole in the ground. We went for the ruins, hoping to find something. One of the survival rooms was a small maintenance closet. The only thing inside was a bucket full of water, mop standing in it. We managed to fill some of the bottles of the contents of the bucket. I wouldn't drink that. It does look a bit funny. We still hope it doesn't taste like soap or anything worse. Vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who would be the owner? Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Ted recovered from his sickness. Timmy's very hungry, very tired, isn't feeling well. Give him both. He's rough. I'm going to send Ted out. Open in the name of freedom! Shout from outside the door. We're looking to claim representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves? You know what? Yeah. We've had some luck with opening the door. I think it's going to stay up. That cough, though. Oh, goodness. Nothing's missing? When we peeked outside, we were greeted by a group of high school students. They were all equipped and looked like they could take care of themselves. They questioned us about enemy combatants in the area. We couldn't help them, but they were happy to leave us one of their spare axes in case we needed to defend ourselves. When we asked why they would help us, they replied, "It's what it's what Wolverines do." All right, good deal. Timmy's looking very pale. That's not good. Timmy hasn't rested. Where's the water? Ted needs it. I mean, Timmy's not really hungry. He is hungry, but he's not. Ted's a little bit of both, but he can wait. We're sending him out anyways. Let's just send him out and hope for the best. Come on, Ted. Don't let me down. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Timmy, you're here. We'll just give you some food. It's okay, brother. A woman came by with a creature she claims is a camel, provided that camels have 5 legs. The animal is carrying a pack of goods for trade. Okay, hang on. 4 water. 4 water. Actually, yeah, offers 4 water in exchange for 1 radio. I don't need the radio. The radio's not going to help me. So give me the 4 water. And I will have enough for that 1. Working on that 1 achievement. Fair exchange. Dang, look at that big old jug, baby. We are stocked up on that. That is crazy. Exchange goods with the trader. Thank you, thank you. Timmy, brother, we got plenty to drink. Get you something to drink, man. We don't need the radio. We don't have a radio anymore. I'm good on that. Timmy, please. Tough it out, man. You can make it. Just talk to your mom or something. That's messed up. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Okay. I believe you with the radio, but we don't have one. We're not going to get one. He should eat something. He's no longer thirsty. Okay, I'll give him some food too. He's in a rough spot. It's not easy to claim to be calm in these circumstances. Hopefully we keep the peace. We might need to act like wolves. Survival of the fittest, after all. I don't mind that idea. 22. Day 22. Still got tons of water. Being stuck in such a tiny shelter would make anyone a bit apathetic. We need to stay calm and await for rescue. Where are you at, Mr. Timmy? He's tired and he's sick. A sleazy-looking trader. Yes, Scruffy Bag with the cat. Scruffy Bag with the cat. So he comes after the 20th day is what I'm noticing. After the 20th day is usually like, yeah, let's do this. Hey, kitty. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, okay, so we gave that. Terrified, we backed against the walls when the beast finally escaped. Turned out to be the cat. Shirkoff. Ted safely returned. On the edge of the town, there was to be a big parking lot. Now there looks to be a junkyard. Most vehicles are completely wrecked or burned down. We figured it was still worth checking. There was 2 bottles of water. Alright, they're not in the best state, but they look drinkable. He's sickly, he's rusted. He has been talking about nothing other than water. Brother, I'll give you some water. I'll give you water, I don't mind. We're gonna hold off on the food though. Water's gonna be what we trade. I'm not sending anybody out. There's just no shot. Wasn't a hallucination. There was really an ice cream truck down the street. The vehicle was armored with metal grills I don't know if I've done that one. With the American flags and banners. And I don't have enough food, though. I'm so close to it, though. That's a rough feeling. That's a rough feeling. That sucks. If I had more food. If only it asked for water. I got so much water. I probably would have done that. Alright. Let's see what we got. We're not sure if the soup would work as fuel, and even if we were, we cannot spare the supplies right now. Besides, who knows? Maybe a better opportunity will come along. Perhaps someone will fill up the trains. Then we could really travel in comfort instead of being seen in this piece of junk. How embarrassing. No, brother. Doesn't matter how it looks if it runs. Soup would work. I'm sure of it. He's looking very pale. He's not thirsty. Ted doesn't drink anything. It won't last longer. Ted, you can have water, man. Starvation, too. So let's just give them both. Not you. You don't need anything right now. You're just that. But you need both. We're not sending anybody out. We don't need to. We played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that the little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe it's time to finally find out, but who will be the honors? Ted, do it for your boy, man. Do it for your boy. Got bug spray. We marched to Ned's house and we found the safe, cracked it open by the blast, and most of the contents were destroyed, but we still salvaged something out of it. Ned was nowhere to be found. He likely perished radioactive agony. All told, it was a good day. Yeah, screw that guy. Ted's hungry. They're both hungry. I'll just give it to him. He's sick, so I'm hoping... I don't think it will. Timmy has always enjoyed running around like crazy and riding his bike. A compact shelter has little to offer for a boy with legs who are way too long for it. He's been asking for a chance to go outside. Should we risk his life for a short walk? You know what? What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen, brother? Alright, cat. Ted's not... Alright. When we consented, Timmy almost hit his head on the ceiling. We figured that if he doesn't encounter any savages, mutated beasts, or killer mimes, he should be fine and back soon. I hope so. He's hungry and fatigued. We'll give you some food. We got plenty of water while trying to pet the devil. Yeah, the address. Okay, the address. We gotta go visit this. Day 27. Who came back? Okay, both are back. Good deal. Did anybody bring anything useful, though? Like a med kit we could use. We grabbed a new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the waste and immediately ran into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats. They gritted their teeth. That's ours. Belongs to Nan. Before we could utter a word, they took Sherkoff, thanked us, and left. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. We were afraid for Timmy, but he came back and he's safe with us now. Okay. Let's see where you are. Tired, fatigued, thirsty? Sick and hungry. Let's hold off for a little bit. We don't need to be greedy with the water, but we need to be greedy with the food for a little bit. Ted's... Neither one's in a condition to go out. Timmy's sick, but I don't know. Let's see. We don't have the radio. We're good on that. What was that? What was that? If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use the radio. I don't care about that. If you know anything about the sickness, might get worse. Right now, there's not much I can do, brother. Give you water. What's that sound? Oh no, something or someone is below us. Reasonable to go check it out. It's an alligator, I believe. We'll do the axe. See what happens. Because I think we did the flashlight last time. Alligator injured us. Yeah, and it gave us a map. Amazing. We had a pirate cave right under our house. It was filled with treasure of sorts, too. Too bad we only had time to grab the map before the place collapsed. Luckily, it didn't have any impact on our shelter. So doing the flashlight, you get attacked by an alligator. Doing the axe, you get a map. Or maybe something else. I don't know. You get stuff for it. So, he's fatigued. He's fatigued. They're both fatigued. I don't want to send anybody out. Don't want to send anybody out. The other night, we heard suspicious sounds coming from behind the door. We peeked out in the morning. So, yeah, let's check the suitcase. Last time I got lucky with the suitcase, it gave me a lot of good stuff. And I was pretty excited about that. I say super excited, but, you know. Yeah, we got to accept it. And we needed the food. Turned out it was a kind gesture of tomato soup. Shurikoff is back in our shelter. All right. So now we need Shurikoff to do some things again. Where's Ted at? He's thirsty. We can hold off on the water. Let's not be too much. Ted is vigorous enough. Okay, so we can send Ted out at this point. We try to keep track of the dates, but they just don't add up. Luckily, Timmy remembered it's his birthday today. Let's get him the Boy Scout book. Or a cake, or both, so it's settled. We're making a soup cake. But what about a gift? You can have a Boy Scout book, brother. I hope you like it. I hope you fix the med kit. I think that's a possibility, isn't it? Apparently not. Apparently not. Let's see what he says. We don't know if Timmy is ever going to be a Boy Scout after the apocalypse, but the Scout Handbook is a deadly spider-killing weapon in his capable hands, and he's having fun. Ted seems to build an allergy to the furry guest. He's been sneezing and coughing. Gotta give him some medication. Dude, Ted, come on, brother. Why would you get sick? Why would you get sick? We really needed you to not be. Okay, we'll send Ted out and just, man, I'm gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna hope for the best on that one. I don't know how far we'll get with it. Left for the surface. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We got soup and stuff. We're gonna hold off on the food till tomorrow. We could have sworn that a huge puddle of water wasn't there earlier. And there goes another one. Oh, dang it. We're getting flooded. Let's grab some of our supplies before they float away. We'll get the map. It's the only thing we really got that can get damaged, I guess. Only thing that can get damaged, I guess. Pet the cat. Yes, sir. Yeah, adorable little orange cat. Before any of the streams squirting from the walls could hit our map, we tore it down. It was the only thing to not get wet with the little flood. After the water level had dropped, we started cleaning up. We might not finish the next apocalypse hits. Okay, what are you? You're hungry. Let's just give you some food. It'll be alright. Loud crash, surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from the ceiling. Yeah, this is Shurikoff. So, Shurikoff found a new toy, a bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what this cable's for? But our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? We should take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it. Yes, please. If we just survive, we just got to stay stocked with the water and we just survive, man. And we will be good. Pet the cat. Oh, he's a sweetheart. We grabbed the cable and followed it to the rusty old truck parked in the neighbor's driveway. Upon opening the door, we were confronted with two men wearing huge headphones who looked extremely surprised to see us. They wiretapped our shelter when we were asleep, and they were listening to everything we said. We gave them hell and marched back to our bunker. There's nothing I can do about your sickness, bud, but I'll give you both a water and a food. There's no radio. Hopefully the water and food keep him going. I don't know. It's getting risky, though. It's getting risky. If there's thing that we need to do, it's to use the radio. I believe you. He's sick and fatigued, but I gave him food and water. Okay, agents are at the door. Let's answer the door. Let's see what they have to say. And then I believe if we last a little bit longer, they'll request some supplies from us, and that's when we can go to the bunker, I believe. They briefly waved some sort of ID in front of our faces and told us they're on a top secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather the cat. It's suspected to be a Soviet agent. It makes sense. He's orange. Like, I got it. They're willing to let us into their super top secret government safe house if we help them on some sort of secret missions. They assured us that they'd contact us again with more details. He's sick and fatigued, but he's not hungry. There's an armed and dangerous woman outside. Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild beast of the wastes. Right now, she's on a trail of giant mutated spider. We're pretty sure she's lost her mind, but what are you going to do with that spider, lady? Put it on a leash. She promised that if we help her, she will return the favor another day. Let's give her the bullets. I think that's why I grabbed them anyways, because last run she came by and I didn't have bullets, and I am kind of curious on what she's going to provide. Pet the cat. We agreed mostly because we're kind of curious on what she's planning to do with it. Yeah, actually, with that spider once she catches it. She doesn't want to say. Maybe one day we'll find out. Timmy, brother, I'll give you food and water. Just tough it out with me, man. What's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door and greeted two men dressed like they'd come from the medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding two rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they'd got lost, and they would they would be most grateful if we let them check out our map. I don't mind them looking at the map. Monty Python would approve. Solid movie. Hilarious movie. Ted's back, right? Good deal, Ted. Good deal. Alright. They gave us our bullets back. Alright. Good deal. So we let them have a look at our map. They thanked us and offered us some supplies in exchange. We graciously accepted and wished them luck on their quest. Alright. Everybody adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80 and everything she touched tasted great and it smelled of tomato. Now we know her secret. Tomato soup cans +1. The biology class at the aquarium. The fish had died since no one fed them, but the aquarium water could still be drinkable. There was enough for a few bottles. +2. Good deal. PE teacher kept some of his war trophies and memorabilia in the office at school. This included grenades, a bazooka, and finally, a fully functional gas mask. Okay. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. Okay. What do we do? Okay, so he's hungry. He's not hungry. You know what? Let's just do both and hope that helps them with their sickness. I don't know if it does, but let's give it a shot. What was that? A rat? Rats are usually smaller than cats. And what's with the double tail? We can't let that thing get into our supplies. I don't want to do the gun. I feel like it's risky. I never use the gun though, man. I never use the gun. I think we've used the axe and it just stops them. Let's try the gun and see what happens. Let's use the gun and see what happens. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutants. Guess they're still on top of the food chain. Good thing for us. Our gun blew up when we tried to shoot the thing. Okay, so let's not do that again. Timmy needs an extra blanket. What are we looking at? Hungry. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Sick and fatigued. I'm just going to give them both. I'm genuinely hoping that actually helps. I don't know if it does. Leave a comment if it helps. I don't know. If they're sick and stuff, does like giving them both food and water, does it help them get over it? Does it... I don't know. Today we met a bunch of people dressed in what looked like Halloween doctor outfits. They claimed to be from the hospital, from moving place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. The problem is some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking if we have any. Yeah, I've got tons of water. And I think these are the doctors that'll heal us. So this might be just super lucky. Or not. Nobody's healed. A bottle of relatively clean water is the closest we'll ever get to the hydrogen peroxide. Guess we're grateful. Okay, Ted's stomach's rumbling, coughing. Let's see what you got, brother. How are you still hungry? It's gotta be helping in some way. Sick and fatigued. Using high-tech setup involving paper cuts and yards of string, the agents rang in with our next top-secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Dude, this couldn't be the worst timing. Okay, Ted, listen. Okay, you're green as hell. Okay, we'll do him. And since we're doing him, we'll feed them all. Okay, please, Timmy. Please, Timmy. One successful expedition, and we're in the clear, brother. This is the furthest I've gotten on the VIP. Man, I hope this works. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Me neither, bro. Me neither. Hungry, tired, thirsty. Let's just give him whatever. We got a lot. Okay. As soon as we have to, I don't care about that. I want to skim through the days. I'm not even too concerned about it. I just want to see if Timmy comes back. That's what we need. That's what we need. If there's one thing we need to do, choose the radio. Don't have one, man. Don't have one. Sick, tired, fatigued. That's okay. I've always wanted to throw a party with a huge cake. For some reason, it never worked. One time, we were promised a great cake, and it turned out it was a lie. That was a disappointment. We were glad. We're definitely getting cake when the radioactive clouds are gone. I agree with that. Cake's good, man. Okay, what was that scribble? Pet the cat. Planning far ahead is usually a good strategy. For now, we should be more interested in our plan for water rationing. Not really. Water's good. Water's solid. When we look closely to our map, we notice someone had written a set of mysterious directions. One of the corners. Will it lead to a treasure? Is this worth the risk? Man, yeah, because isn't that technically an expedition? Is that an expedition? I don't know. They're both back. They're both back. They're both back. They're both back. We had fun following the map for clues despite the grim post-apocalyptic surrounding. They brought us to an old tree with a hollow in its trunk, which contained a set of checkers. It's a lucky find. Good deal. Recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighborhoods that were dicey even in the best of times. The area was full of mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs, all of them armed to the teeth. We barely made it out of there alive. But the agents seem to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom, maybe even a hot tub. Okay. Okay, let's just give them both. Let's just give them both stuff. And I hope it's good. We could really use some more supplies. We counted all of them today, and the numbers did not make us happy. Time to do something about it. We know that the teacher from the local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids and lead them to a nearby building where they're relatively safe. And we could really use whatever they have. No, no. I'm not doing all that. Chill, man. Chill. We're good, man. We've got stuff, Ted, you fatty. Alright, we're no bandits. Sure, we need supplies, but not at the cost of others. We won't bother those people. A man who takes canned tomato soup from another is not worthy to taste that can of soup. Good way of putting it. Let's just hope that everybody else there is as decent as our family. Sick, fatigued, hurt, fatigued. No med kit. We're not sending nobody out. What do we get? Man, I guess we'll do the gas mask, because we need more food than anything. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. And we're at 14 for the fair exchange achievement, so that's nice. We need to trade as much as we can as well. We made a deal with the salesman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see. Are you hungry? Fatigued? Okay. Fatigued, sick, fatigued, hurt. Just tough it out, man. What will we give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again? What we would not... what we would give. Okay, that's where we're in it. We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. Yeah. Let them live, man. Let them live. I'm so nervous. Okay, you're good. You're good. Pet the cat. Hopefully the time to leave will be soon. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Ted. Brother, I promise. I care. I do care. Let's just give him food too. Let's give them. Let's hope it helps them. We gotta tough it out, man. We're so close. We're so close. Okay, knock at the door. Knock at the door. Okay, Ted is snotty as hell. Oh wait, hang on. Good luck. Pet the cat. Yes, sir. If there's one thing we need to do. It's use the radio. I believe you. Okay, are you okay? Sick, fatigue, agony. We're in a situation right now. Okay. Clearly, we're trustworthy after our last successful mission. As the agents came back with another request, we are generously provide either a couple cans of soup or some water bottles for the agents in the field. They'll take care of the delivery. In return, we'll be given an encouraging pat on the back and a promise of better future. Okay, give them the water. We've got so much water. Okay, little Timmy, you can make this. I swear you can make it, dude. I swear you can make it. Ted's looking better. He's over his sickness. Okay, we got. It's working. Pet the cat. Okay. Graciously gave them to the request. Time to ration supply. Fatigued. Oh, they're healed. We don't need to go anywhere. When the group dressed in lab coats came back after a while, I'm so glad. We had doubts about their identities, but no more. They came back today and gave us injections. We don't know what it was. We're already feeling so much better. I'm so happy I had the stuff to give to the doctors, man. Oh my gosh. I was stressing out. You guys could hear it. Pet the cat. Good kitty. Ted is recovered from his sickness. All Ted wishes for is a few drops of water. Ted, You earned it, brother. You earned it. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you too. Let's celebrate. We don't need to go to the wastelands. Sherikov considers our shelter its home now. We might as well try to get along. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet, and Sherikov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch the cat could lead to our untimely deaths. Pet him, man. He's been around. I've been petting him every day. We're good. We're good. We actually rubbed his head before, and it ran away in panic. It was nice and soft. They say petting a fluffy animal is good for you. And sure enough, we feel slightly better. The cat escaped our warmth, friendly embrace, and jumped to the other side of the shelter, knocking a bottle of water off the shelf in the process. It shattered and left a dirty puddle, as if to remind us of the questionable choices that led us. I don't mind. I don't mind. We're solid, man. We're solid. They're fatigued, and that's okay. We're not going out anywhere. Young singer approached our shelter this morning, encumbered by 2 different guitars, a big backpack, and a weird contraption, holding up a harmonica in front of his face. He asked for supplies in exchange for a folk song or two. How much do we have? Man, I'm optimistic we're gonna make this. I'm optimistic. Let's give him some stuff. Hopefully he gives us some stuff. I don't see so, but whatever. I don't think so. Okay, gave us a radio. His songs brought tears to our eyes with a good, talented American like that. Hopefully the times are a-changin' for the better soon. The sound of his guitar kept blowing in the wind towards us as he was walking away. For our love of his music, our love for his music moved him so much, he gifted us with a working radio. Alright, Ted's fatigued. Timmy's fatigued. We're okay. We're doing okay. The wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of the door knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot for decent ammunition. Yeah, man. Let's see what you got, brother. Our visitor was happy to get some ammunition. In return, he offered us rations. It wasn't much, but it was something. It's always better than nothing. We did need a little bit of food. We gave some away. We got some back. I'm gonna let you guys be thirsty and hungry until for at least another day, at the minimum. If there's one sure way to get our attention, it's definitely banging on our shelter door. Whoever it is quite persistent. They've been at it for the past 5 minutes. Open it. Open it. Men in Black. The end. I did it. I found my way to the VIP bunker. Timmy and Ted, you guys did such a good job. We were taken out of our home in the dark of the night and hastily transported to what the agents called a presidential bunker. It's amazing, sure. The walls are similar shade of gray, but now we have a whopping 20 square foot more to walk around while we die of boredom. The extra bucket and newspaper supply is nothing to sneeze at either. All in all, it's definitely an upgrade. Life here will surely be worth the trouble we went through. Finally, we can sit, relax, and let someone else empty the bucket. Sorry, I got the hiccups. And let somebody else empty the bucket for a change. Ted is hungry. Okay. Okay, Ted. That was good, man. That was really good. We finally did it. Dun, 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 dun. That is solid. That is so solid. All right, man. If you guys enjoyed that, like, subscribe, and remember, comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know how I can improve it, how I can get better. Things that you might want to watch, things you don't want to watch. You know, if you like the long-form content, if you like seeing it, just, you know, give me a heads up in the comments. I really appreciate it, and I hope you subscribe. I hope you come back. I hope to do this long-term, and, you know, I genuinely, I enjoy doing the entertainment for you guys if you like it, you know. Even if you don't, I enjoy making it. This is a fun pastime for me. So, you know, I'll see you here next time. Goodbye.